What am I? I'm okay.
You're okay?
Well, I'm
sure you're smitten with me as well. So I
I
wanted to try to convince you that I watched every episode of Charmed for the magic and the special effects, but I think you're a little smarter than that.
Oh, thank you. And actually, Quentin watched it for the magic and special effects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's really obsessed with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had to get him his own miniature book of shadows.
That would be a cool gift. Yeah, because he keeps all that stuff. He's like obsessive.
No, he references it. He would call me and say, "Hey, so I don't understand. How does that character fit into this character? Okay, call me as soon as you can." And then I would get another message right after. And this is while I'm shooting. Never mind. I consulted my own book of shadows. Figure it out. Okay, don't have to call me. Click. I was like, okay. He's so funny. He's so cute.
I would agree. Would you agree, though, if this is for fans of Rose McGowan, this is probably the ultimate movie, don't you think?
Well, I would hope so, because there are two.
That's right. Now, you don't have to, explain to me how they did the leg and thing, because that's obvious how they did that, but I don't understand, because I'm watching the part 2 of this movie with my hero, Kurt Russell, which very upsets me, but we can't talk about it. But how did they do that? Because it just seemed to me that you were
That was my face.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I had a very high cheekbone for about a week after that. They had the car like on these hydraulics, and it was going, side to side, and it was if, they would, every time they pumped up more air into it or something, it was a harder hit. So it was about being in 10 car accidents, because I did about 10 times. And each time I would have them increase it. And then the last time I get a concussion, I couldn't see straight, so I was like, okay. But yeah, that was really my face bouncing off the plexiglass in between. You'd see it. I mean, it was like, but I just knew, like, if you just see the back of this cousin head going back and forth, it's not really going to register.
That's a little bit insane, though. I mean, this is your money.
It's just my little scrappy-do personality. I was like, I can do it.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, yeah, I'll probably just use the stunt double for most of it, and then I wound up doing,
And now, of course, we know that in Charmed, you're a little bit of action hero there, but not like part 1. Nobody's
like Cherry.
Yeah.
There's really nobody. I think, I can't imagine anybody after being like Cherry.
Rose, how did that read on paper, though? I mean, when you're starting this, you're like, are you just...
I just kind of, I thought it was hilarious, of course, because I've kind of, an absurdist sense of humor, so that worked out well for me. I was like, oh my God. I thought it was fantastic and brilliant and super creative. And I just kind of went along for the ride. I was like, I can do that. I know I can do it. And step up to the plate.
Can you tell me about...
Try not to suck is pretty much my general credo.
Can you tell me how life on the set of a zombie movie is? I mean, like when the cameras aren't rolling, is it just, what's going on?
Well, it was pretty funny because Zoe, who is in part 2 in Quentin's movie, and she's a real stunt woman, so she played one of the kind of zombie sick people, really, actually. And so she had the makeup and the special effects and these lumpy things on her face. So I would go up and I would push on it and she would scream, and then I would jump, I would jump back and scream, because no matter what, they're still horrifying looking. And you would just see these bodies lying all over the ground, like in dummy wigs and just like in these different, like one arm behind it, something horrible like that. You're like, oh, poor bastards. And it was about 105 degrees, so as hard as I had it with this like heavy cast leg and doing all these crazy things, the poor guys with pustules, they couldn't really breathe, so.
Oh, no, so I guess you had it easy then, huh?
Yeah. Then again, they were only doing one night.
That's true. So, absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.